In our village, there was a place where children were not taken. Not even the dogs ran there. The forest lake had no name. It was simply called it. Don't go there, said the old people. Don't even look that way. The lake lay in the lowland, hidden between old pines and black alders. The water in it was dark, as if someone had stirred the ashes in it. Even in the heat, a cold fog kept above the surface, creeping low, clinging to the legs. People said, "The lake is listening." I didn't believe it then. I was 22. I came to the village after my grandmother's death to sell the house. The city made me self-confident. The tales about the witches seemed funny. The old were afraid of what they didn't understand, but they were afraid of the name. The first night I heard a splash. He was deaf, heavy, as if someone was slowly emerging from the depths, not in a hurry. I woke up in a cold sweat, although the house was warm. The clay was repeated. Then there is silence. The next morning the neighbor, old Maria, came without knocking. Her eyes ran as if she was afraid of even the walls. "You didn't hear anything at night," she whispered. "No," I lied. She exhaled, but the relief did not come. "Good, and you don't have to. Don't listen. And most importantly," she leaned closer, "don't call her." "Who?" The old woman paled. "Don't ask, boy, because the lake hears. It's underwater. In the evening I went to the forest. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to prove to myself that I'm not afraid of anything. Maybe it was just dragging." The air was heavy, as if before a thunderstorm. The trees stood too quietly. No rustle, no birds. When I saw the lake, my heart beat faster. It was motionless. No circle, no wave, no glare from the sky. I came closer and noticed that the water did not reflect my face. Only darkness. "Nonsense," I said out loud. And at the same moment, circles went through the water, slow, wide, as if something was rising from below. But it stopped. I took a step back. "No need," I whispered. The water subsided again. I left without turning around. The next day, a boy disappeared in the village. He was 7. He was found 2 hours later near the lake. He stood barefoot, with his eyes open, but not breathing. A smile froze on his face. No signs of struggle. No water in the lungs. Only wet hair. The old Mary was crying. "Someone called her," she repeated. Someone called her again. Who? I couldn't stand it. Everyone turned around. The silence became thick as mud. "The witch," said Grandfather Peter quietly. "The one who lives underwater. She doesn't come out alone. She is called." That night I heard a splash again, this time closer. Then the voice, female, deaf, as if through a column of water. "Oh, tell me." I bugged my ears, but the sound was inside my head. "Call me." I whispered a prayer. The voice died, but I understood. She already knows I'm here. I started looking for information. In my grandmother's chest, he found a notebook that had turned yellow from time to time. There were records, old, uneven letters. "Don't say her name, because the name is the door. She is drowning, but not dying. She listens to the water. It comes out only when it is remembered out loud." And then the name, crossed out dozens of times. I didn't read. The village began to go crazy. People woke up wet, as if someone was dragging them to the water. Fingerprints appeared in the mirrors. There is black water in the buckets. and always a whisper. Tell me names. One woman couldn't stand it. She ran out to the lake at night and shouted her name. We heard a scream, and then the splash. The body was not found. Only traces of bare feet leading from the water back into the forest. I realized that she wanted me, because I know. The last entry in my grandmother's notebook was addressed to me. If you read this, she woke up. Don't run away. She will follow the voice. You have to keep quiet, even when she stands in front of you. She came out on the 7th day. I stood on the shore, unable to move. The water began to rise as if it was breathing. The head slowly appeared, pale, covered with algae. The eyes are black, without a bottom. The body was twisted, as if it had been held in the depths for a long time. She smiled. You know my name, she said without a mouth. I was silent. She came out completely. Water was dripping from her, but her feet remained wet, as if she was still standing in the lake. Name me, she whispered. I bit my lip to blood. She leaned closer. I can hear your thoughts. And then I realized she doesn't need a voice. The name was already inside me. When I was found, I was sitting by the lake, silent. I haven't spoken for 3 days. Then he began to whisper. One word. It is not repeated. Because the lake is still there. And if you read this story out loud, be careful with your words, because it comes out only when someone says its name, and the lake listens.